So, here's a big question for you. Can technology really take a small-scale farmer and turn them into a successful entrepreneur? It sounds like a huge leap, right? Well, that's exactly what's at the heart of this incredible ecosystem that's really changing the game in Africa. Let's dive in and break down how it all works. Okay, so it really all starts with this choice. A tale of two futures, you could say. On one hand, you've got the way things have been for a long time, the isolated farmer. They're often dependent, disconnected. It's a really precarious existence. But then on the other side, you see this massive shift. We're talking about the connected agropreneur. This person is autonomous, they're data-driven, and they're prosperous. And look, this isn't just a small upgrade. This is a story of total emancipation. So where does a journey like this even begin? Well, it starts with the most basic, most fundamental thing a farmer has, their land. We're going to see how a simple plot of earth gets turned into a really powerful digital asset. And to make this whole thing feel real, let's follow one person's story. Let's meet Amina. Now, Amina is a small-scale farmer in sub-Saharan Africa, but really, she represents millions of others just like her. Her journey, from just getting by with subsistence farming to becoming this connected agripreneur, is going to be our guide through this whole system. All right, so Amina's journey kicks off with a really critical first step. The system calls this the know layer. She uses a platform called GeoTruck to digitally map her farm. And this isn't just some rough sketch. It creates a super detailed digital profile of her land. We're talking exact GPS coordinates, the specific soil type, even the pH level. All of a sudden, her farm isn't just a piece of land anymore. It's now a formal, valuable, digital asset. It's on the grid. Okay, so Amina's farm is officially on the map. That's step one. But now she needs the tools to actually make that land more productive, right? And this brings us to what's called the empower layer. This is all about using data to solve the real, tangible problems that farmers are up against every single day. And believe me, those problems are serious. We're talking about something the source material calls the triple menace. It's this nasty combination of 1. Water stress from really inefficient irrigation, 2. Soil degradation because you can't see the nutrient deficiencies, and 3. The fact that adopting new tech has been really tough because of cost and complexity. This is the big challenge that needs a real-world solution. And the answer to that triple menace? It's a piece of tech called Pulsar Infinite. What is it? It's an autonomous precision irrigation system. And the key here is that it was designed specifically for the challenges of African agriculture. So let's get into how this thing actually works. At the very heart of this system is this little powerhouse, an 8-in-1 soil sensor. Think of it as the system's eyes and ears, right there in the dirt. And it goes way beyond just measuring moisture. We're talking temperature, pH, and even the big 3 nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, or NPK. All of this incredible data is basically the fuel for all the smart decisions that are about to happen. The whole process breaks down into 4 really simple steps. First, those sensors we just talked about, they collect all that rich soil and environmental data. Step 2, there's a little pulsar box right on the farm that starts to process that data locally. Then, step 3, an AI model up in the cloud analyzes everything to figure out the perfect irrigation plan. And finally, step 4, the system acts. It automatically controls the water valves, giving the crops exactly what they need. No more guesswork. It's all about precision. Now here's what I think is the most brilliant part of the design. Amina is always in control. The app gives her 2 simple choices. She can use manual mode for just a simple timer-based watering, or she can switch to intelligent mode. And in that mode, the AI gives her a super clear recommendation like, hey, we recommend you water for 20 minutes. All she has to do is hit OK. So you see, it's not about replacing the farmer, it's about empowering her with incredible precision. But, and this is really important to get this whole smart irrigation thing, it's just the visible part of the iceberg. As one of the creators put it, it's the gateway. It's that first, tangible tool that proves the concept works. And once it does, it opens the door to a much bigger ecosystem. Okay, so having a bigger, better harvest is amazing. But that's really only half the battle, isn't it? Now Amina actually has to sell all that produce. And that brings us to the next super important layer of this ecosystem, connecting her to the market. And the solution for that is something called the Xena ecosystem. It's basically a complete digital marketplace that runs on 2 different apps. You've got Xena Business, which is where farmers like Amina can list everything they have to sell, their supply. And then there's Xena Client, which is for the buyers, everyone from local families to big businesses, to create the demand. It creates this direct, totally transparent link between the producer and the consumer. It just cuts out all those middlemen. Just think for a second what this actually does for someone like Amina. First, it's about professionalization. It gives her a real, formal business identity. Second, it's a management tool. She can track all her sales, expenses, and her stock, all from her smartphone. It gives her visibility to reach customers she never could have before, locally and even internationally. And maybe most importantly, it's about simplicity. You don't need a computer or an accountant to get started. You can just go. Of course, you can have the best technology in the world, but it's totally useless if people don't know how to use it, right? And that's why the human element here is so crucial. They have this Zena Agent program that trains young people in the community to be that bridge between the technology and the farmers. And they're not just some IT help desk. They're business facilitators. They provide training, they make sure everyone is successful, and at the same time, they're creating these really valuable local jobs. So let's recap. Amina is now a more productive farmer, and she's a connected business owner. That's amazing. But the vision here goes so much further than just one person's success. It's about systemic impact. And this brings us to the final layer, which is called integrate. This is where we see how one farmer's success can literally build up an entire community. Okay, so here's how that works. Because Amina's business is now formalized through that Zena marketplace, her income is trackable, it's verifiable. So this platform, called EgoX, plugs right into her business activity. And what it does is enable this really simple and totally transparent way to collect local microtaxes, like for a stall at the market. And this is why it all matters so much. That tax money doesn't just vanish into some black hole. It gets used by the local government to fund things the whole community needs. We're talking about new roads to get produce to the market easier, new schools for the kids, new hospitals. The loop is complete. The success of the business directly fuels the development of the entire community. It's incredible. And the results, they're absolutely staggering. Get this. The municipalities that have started using this EGOX platform have seen their local tax revenue grow by an average of 150%, plus 150%. That's just a massive, tangible impact. And it's all driven by this simple idea of bringing the informal economy into the formal system in a way that's fair and transparent for everybody. So let's bring it all back to Amina. Her journey has really come full circle. It all started with knowing her land, turning it into a digital asset. Then she was empowered with smart tools to grow more. After that, she could connect to markets to sell what she grew. And finally, her success let her integrate into the local economy, helping her whole community grow along with her. Know, empower, connect, integrate. It's a complete cycle. You know, what makes this so incredibly powerful is that it's not some solution that was just parachuted in from somewhere else. The source material really hammers this point home. This is an operational model for intelligent agriculture designed by Africa for Africa. It's a homegrown innovation built to solve the real-world challenges right there on the continent. And that message of autonomy, man, that is powerful. And that really leaves us with one final, huge question to think about. When you see a model like this, one that combines cutting-edge tech, real social impact, and a true vision for economic autonomy, are you just looking at a better way to do farming, or are you actually witnessing the blueprint for a whole new model of development for an entire continent? It's something to think about.